Sorry, y'all. I'm supposed to be working, so let me hurry up and finish this reading out. Let's get a message from I'm sorry, from our ancestors. Message from the ancestors. So, just to give you a synopsis of this reading, lots of chaos, lots of deceit, lots of people wishing harm on you, wishing that they didn't want to help you. Some of this was family, some of this was friends. So you thought were family and friends. Um, they couldn't break you. This chaos, this will of chaos. Um, you got toxic partners. You got um, what a life, what a life you've had. But at the end of the day, that gift that God has blessed you with is is going to is your inheritance. Some people think of inheritance as like monetary things, physical things, but this inheritance that you're getting is from, I'm hearing your ancestors. It's from Holy Spirit. It's what you've it's time to take advantage of your inheritance. You've learned your lessons. You're different than these. You're completely opposite of all of this that has been in your life. And now you're sitting pretty, girl, or sitting cool, man. Okay, ancestors. Is there anything? Message. You want us to know for the collective? That's too many. I'll take the one. Take another one. Thank you. That's a couple. So we've got Moon, Communicator, Rebel, and Air. That came out. Peacekeeper at the bottom of the deck. Something's telling me to pull that. Alright, we've got a couple. What I'm getting from this, before I even read the description of this, what I'm getting from this is you've gone through many cycles in life. You've gone through many cycles in life that have illuminated and that have kind of taught you about your inner self. Maybe some dark things about your inner self. And now you're receiving messages. Now you're communicating with the Most High directly through all different types of ways: animals, water, prayer. Spirit. And now that you've learned more about yourself, you become more of a free spirit. You might be meditating. That's another way of communication there. Wow. Your angel guides are. They're here. They're everywhere around you. Some of you guys may need to get out into nature and really understand that the air that you breathe is more than just air. Everything that you take in, every breath that you take, be grateful for it. It's given to you by Everything that you take in is given to you by angels, by universe, by God. And you're taking in a lot of divinity, a lot of light, a lot of good. It's like you're engulfed with it. And you're keeping peace in your life. You may have a dog. You may be wanting to seclude yourself to really connect and communicate with Spirit and God. Don't be afraid to do that. It might be a little scary. Let's see here. Let's see. That's a communicator. So communication occurs on a few different levels. Though we usually think of verbal communication first, with this type of communication, voice inflection, tone, and volume, along with facial expressions and body postures, have a far greater impact on how messages are received and interpreted than the specific words themselves. The receiver's capacity to listen and interpret the speaker's message adds to the complexity and can lead to either correctly deciphering the speaker's message or misunderstanding the intent. Beyond verbal communication, with our intuitive skills, we can silently communicate not just with other humans, but also with animals, plants, and other beings, even those in the ancestral realm. These intuitive messages will appear through your inner vision, inner voice, physical sensations, and or thought forms. Sometimes when you focus on receiving, and at other times unexpectedly. Let me read that sentence one more time. These intuitive messages will appear through your inner vision, inner voice, physical sensations, and or thought forms. Sometimes when you focus on receiving, and at other times unexpectedly. Discerning these types of communication can provide messages to help guide you on your life path. So like I said, you're communicating. I said that before I even read this. Through animals, it says that. Through water, through your guides, you're receiving messages. Now more than ever, it's important to listen with presence, focus, and attentiveness. In the next few days, make listening a priority over speaking. Keep your attention focused on what is being said and be aware of any messages that come through the conversation that are relevant for you. Practice the art of listening for messages from Spirit by taking a walk in nature. I said that. By taking a walk in nature. Sit for a few minutes by a tree. Breathe and listen closely to the spirits of nature with your eyes, ears, and body. Everything you're taking in, every breath that you take. I said that also. Take note for any impressions you receive and trust what you get. Be aware of any animals that make an appearance and see if you can discern their message. By regularly spending time in nature, you'll find that the world will speak to you and you'll become more discerning as to the difference in the voice of your ego and the voice of Spirit. Song coming to my mind, Holy Vibes. Look up the Peacekeeper. Clinging tightly to righteousness leaves no space for reconciliation, compromise, or resolution. Whether this position is sublimated under a canopy of pretense and duplicity, or through anger, judgment, or rigid moral arrogance, it prevents any possibility for peace and serenity to prevail. Put down your sword, examine your motives, and trust the counsel of your higher self. Throughout history, great change has come through acts of moral conviction coupled with non resistance and without combativeness. Your situation can only be eased by letting go of the stance of being right and setting your intention to do whatever it takes. Breathe deeply, meditate, walk in the forest to find inner peace, and align your actions with the will of the Creator. That is the only way to come back to a place of peace. I said, you guys may be looking to isolate yourself, kind of go into nature, sit, breathe, communicate. You're going through a lot of cycles here. Holy guide. So we're going to talk about the moon card here. Similar to grandmother moon, you experience these periods of waking or waxing and waning with your presence and your energy. Though you may not notice these periods on a conscious level, pay much closer attention to the situations in your body that are indicating what part of this internal cycle you're experiencing, as they don't necessarily correspond to the 29.5 days it takes for grandmother moon to go through a complete cycle. When you're feeling your fullest, honor this by acknowledging what is finished or completing your life. Let go of that which no longer accords with the present circumstances, whether it's material goods, old beliefs, or even relationships. When your cycle is paralleling the new moon phase, make sure you have some time for quiet contemplation, imagining how you want to see the next several days, weeks, months, or years. Withdraw into solitude if you're feeling the need to do so. If you're called to join a ceremony for a full or new moon, do so. For the next month, observe grandmother moon and track her phases, noting how you feel when you do. Experience the comforting moonlight when she is at her fullest, and see how you feel about her absence when she is at her darkest phase. Yeah, so thank you, ancestors, for that. So I think that you're already doing all of this naturally, and you didn't know really what you. I don't think you knew or understood that this is what you were doing, but y'all, collective, congratulations. Congratulations on overcoming all of the hard things in your life. Just about done here. Message from the universe, because this is really what I wanted. And then I'll do after this, I'll do a love message, because this is more so general. But I do want to do a specific love message, and then from there. All right, universe, what do you want us to know here? Thank you. The past is behind you now, so drop the fears and doubts. Even though you may feel a little uncomfortable at the moment and slightly anxious over what is coming next, you are being urged to bring yourself back to the present moment. Your recent prayers have been heard, and you are currently being worked on. Thank you. Thank you, universe, for that. I'm going to keep this card because I said I was going to do a relationship reading. I'm going to keep that for next. I'm going to do one more. A chapter in your life is coming to an end. Rest assured that beautiful things are ahead in this next chapter. Let go of all things that are out of control and move forward. There are more beautiful things ahead than any. Hold on.